people, how's it going? Today I wanted to share with you guys 5 books that I am terrified to read. They're sitting on my shelf, I look at them all the time. I'm terrified to read them, and it's for various reasons, and let me share those with you. The first book that I am terrified to read is Scythe by Neal Shusterman. This book is everywhere, and it's one of those books that people either love it or they hate it. There's not many people I know that are down the middle with this book to where they enjoyed it but they had problems with it. I obviously want to enjoy every book I pick up, and I wouldn't have picked this up if I didn't think it was something I could get into, but I am so afraid that I'm not going to like this. The next book on this list is a book that is surrounded by controversy, and while I understand the controversy, however, I do thoroughly believe in reading books and make opinions for yourself. I don't believe in buying into the controversy and not reading something simply because some people think it is not appropriate or it's wrong or incorrect in some way. I am an adult and I am capable of making those decisions for myself. So the next book is Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth. I know the controversies, guys, and if you want to hear them or you don't know what I'm talking about, feel free to go look it up, but that is not why I mentioned this book. Part of the reason I am terrified to read this book is because of Roth's other series, the Divergent series. I trusted so much in Veronica Roth when it came to Allegiant, and I was so ready for such a beautiful ending and that things were going to go so well, and it didn't. I am terrified that this book is going to Allegiant me. I don't know if I can go through another Allegiant meltdown. Next up on this list is a book that might actually be a shocker to you guys, but it is something that I have said before that I haven't read, and I own the fact that I have not read this book, and I have my reasons. And the book is Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas. You guys know I am just obsessed with this woman's work. However, I have yet to read Tower of Dawn, and honestly I am terrified to, because to read this book is to admit that the series is coming to an end. To read this book is to recognize the fact that there's only one new one after this, and then the Throne of Glass series is done, and I mentally am not ready for that. I understand this book came out in September last year, but it's just, it is too much for me to admit that this series is coming to an end, and I will read this. Obviously, I will read this before Kingdom of Ash comes out, but for now, I emotionally cannot handle it. The next book is along the same lines as Tower of Dawn as to why I haven't read it. I have enjoyed this author's other works, and I'm terrified that if I read this, then somehow his other works won't be as significant to me, and I am talking about Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. I pre-ordered this book, I went and got it the day it came out. I was so excited, I had to have it, I had to read it, and it's literally sat on my shelf since. It has not moved since. Because even though this in no way is how this works, in my mind, if I read this book, The Fault in Our Stars, Paper Towns, and Looking for Alaska will no longer be as special to me as they are. That is not how that works. I know that. My brain understands the fact that that is not how that works. However, I still am terrified to read this book for that reason. I have heard fantastic things about this, and that John Green's writing and his storytelling is still just as great, but I can't get there yet. I cannot get there. I probably will at some point because I do thoroughly enjoy his stories. The last book on this list I am terrified to read simply because of the hype, and I am talking about Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. I want to read this book. I am so excited for this book. Tomi Adeyemi is an amazing person, and I support her as an author and a creator of all things. I am just terrified to read her book because there's so much hype surrounding this book and so many people saying it is unbelievably fantastic that in some ways that makes me doubt how awesome it is, even though I know she's awesome and I know this story is great and I know that she knows what she's doing, and I want to read this and I want to know the story, but I am too terrified of the hype to actually get into this book. I need to just put away that frustration and just finally pick up this book and read it start to finish. I hope that will be soon, and I hope I can get over my hype fear sometime soon, but we'll see. So those are the 5 books that I am absolutely terrified of reading. Let me know down in the comments below some books that maybe you guys are terrified of reading, whether it's the same reasons as I have or totally different ones. Let me know. As always, guys, make sure you give my videos likes, make sure you give my channel a subscribe. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. As always, read on, and I will see you guys next time.